Here's a little stretching video done on the chair, so anybody can do it at home. So if you're sitting there right now, have a little go, join in. You'll find it on my Patreon site. I'll put a little link underneath it. It's free and it's basically just to loosen you up. So if you're stiff, if you woke up like I did this morning, super stiff, like I did not bounce out of bed this morning. I bounced into bed, but I didn't bounce out of it. So I'm feeling super stiff. And this is just a great way, and I thought while I'm stretching off I might as well do a little video for you guys so you can do it too. Now this stretches everything. You don't have to be super fit to do this. So if you work in an office, this is really good for you. If you're just feeling achy muscles, this is really good for you. If your body just feels like it's not balanced, this is really good for you. It's good for everybody basically. So we're going to sit up nice and straight. What I'll do is I'll put my chair on the side so you can see what I'm doing from the sideways angle. And obviously I'm at home at the moment. If I go to the studio, I'll end up doing something else instead of doing my own stretch, which I can do at home in a chair. So I'm sat and I'm going to put my bum right to the seat. So you don't literally need a specific seat for this, just a nice straight one. If you can put your bum back, then that's great. So all I'm doing now is I've got my feet up, so they're not just flat to the floor at the moment. You will do that though. So I've just got my knees in line with my hips. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave my butt where it is and bring my hands forward. And I'm literally going to just keep my chest and shoulders back. But I'm just literally dipping this part of my back. So you'll see the little space in between I've made. But my shoulders are still back. So that's me pushing it back to the chair. And that's me pushing it forward. Okay, I haven't got a bendy back. I've got an S-shaped spine, like a curvature of the spine. That doesn't stop me doing anything at all, so it's not an excuse to not do stuff. So I need to stretch extra for that. So you'll see my back probably doesn't bend in as most people's do, but it still bends, it's still there, yeah? So I'm going to round it back out, so it's just back to the chair and forward. And even that feels quite nice. And just use your own breathing pattern, guys. If you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, that's great. We do lots of breathwork videos. Free on the Patreon site as well. So if you want to learn how to breathe, you can do that also. So all I'm doing is moving it in, I'm moving it out. So I'm not moving my shoulders, I'm not moving anything except this lower back here. And that's actually really quite nice. If you take some time just to do this, you will feel great. Okay, even if you woke up and you didn't feel like Mr. Motivator. Oh, who remembers Mr. Motivator? He had so much energy. Probably too much energy. Great to have that much energy, not knocking it. So keep going like that, guys. Who was the other one? Angie, Mad Angie or something? Did she come after him or before him? You can comment below. Okay, so that's in and out. So you're not moving your shoulders, you're not moving anything else. You'll just see my back moving in and out. Okay, that feels really good and it's nice and gentle. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my back and keep that nice and straight. And then I'm going to round my shoulders forward so you'll see my hands just cupping over my knees. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just going to round forward and then back. Okay, so the bottom of my back staying in place. The bit we were moving before isn't moving now. It's just the top. So over and then back. And that just feels so nice. Like most of my classes are at night time. So, and we do stretch in them as well, but not enough really. And then come home, normally quite late. Hot tub sometimes because that really does relax the muscles. You'll find if you work out late at night, you really are quite awake, so it takes a while to let your body say it needs sleep. And sometimes you don't bounce up in the morning, so if you don't do this. Okay. Now, so that feels really nice. What you're going to do now is, do you know what, stay sideways is probably the best way to do it. So I'm going to keep my feet flat this time, so I'm going to move a little bit more forward. And I'm just going to reach up and then down to my side. So reach up and then down to my side. Up and down. So I'm not counting as I'm talking, but we're doing 12. So I'm imagining what 12 is. That's what personal trainers do, really. They're pretending they're counting. Then they'll always say one more. 27 years and we've got away with it, so that's it. So we've got to count, breathe, talk at the same time and figure out what's next. Okay, that's it. Okay, so say that was 12. Now, next what we're going to do is we're going to fold forward and come down as far as we can. Now, I always like to use my hands as a guide. So I'm going to literally, I'm keeping up straight though as I'm doing it. I'm not just slumping straight away from here. I'm going to literally push my chest towards my knees, and then my hands are going to go down to the floor. Yeah, so I'm touching the floor now if you can. Don't worry if you can't. Okay, so chest on my knees. Depending on where your chest might be, they might be there already. And tummy on knees too. So tummy and chest on knees. Yeah, so down you go. I'm keeping it nice and straight as I'm coming down. Tummy, chest on knees. See, they're allowed to be. And then up nice and straight, so I'm coming up with it. Guys, that just feels so nice on your lower back. And you have the control of it, so you literally just come down as far as you can, as far as you feel comfortable. You may, you do want to come up at a nice speed that you've gone down. So don't rush these. Take your time with them. And up. And down. Okay, so I want you to do 12, but because I don't want the video to go on and on and on for ages, and then it takes ages to upload, I'm just doing a few of each just to show you what's next. So that's a really, really nice one. So now this one, I found quite difficult. Like I said at the beginning, I've got an S-shaped spine on it, and it's an S at the bottom. So it does stop certain things. So you don't have to be super flexible, because I'm really not. I'm as flexible as I can be. I do stretch. I'm stronger than I am flexible, so I do have to stretch, but this one I do find quite hard. So what I want to do is you want to get your butt to the edge of the chair if you can, okay? And what I want to do is I want to reach my head back to the chair, reach back, but keep straight and keep your hands forward. And do that little bit, very, very gently. So back, and back. Now, you will see my back arching and my head there. If you're flexible, your head will probably touch the chair. Don't try it if you know though. Okay, so for those who aren't like me, literally, that's as far as I can go. But it still feels really nice. And baby it a little bit. Do it bit by bit by bit. Don't push too far. Okay, we'll keep this video for free on my Patreon site, so you can go back to it every day if you wish, or every other day. Would be really, really good. Okay, so next one. All right, do I need to put my chair on the side? I'm going to sit. I'm going to keep my chair to the side and just sit like this so I can show you what's going on here. So I'm up on my knees, so I've got my knees in line with my hips. Yeah, so I've had to come up my toes. So the height of my chair, and yours will be the same. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, okay, just turn around, so like a robot, and I'm going to hold the chair here, and that's going to pull me, and hold the chair here, and that's going to twist me into the chair. So what I'm trying to do is, so my hips are really still here, is turn. So I've got this, so for an extra pull at the end, I can face that way. And then back again, robot. So twist. Now again, do it very, very gently. And you're literally just waking up them muscles and giving them a nice little stretch. Okay, so you will need to do the other side as well, yeah? So you will need to turn around and do the other side as well. So like a robot, twist, you hold the chair, and that'll give you your extra pull, yeah? So like a robot, and pull. Okay, so again, you're going to do 12 of those. All right, now, also, what you can do as well is I'm going to put my hand just by the side of me, and this hand here, so I'm sitting forward, and I put my butt right back as well, so I know where the chair is. I'm not resting though, guys, I'm still sitting upright, yeah? So I'm going to put my hand here, and I'm going to bring this hand here, and I'm just going to reach. All I'm doing is reaching, my shoulders are back, and reaching to that side. And then I'm going to swap and reach to that side, and swap and reach to that side. So I'm literally just twisting from the waist. But I've got a guide, because if I was doing this standing up, a lot of the time I'm putting pressure on my legs and my knees and my hips. I'm sitting down this. Anybody can do this. Yeah? Okay, it feels like magic already. I actually feel really, really, really loose. Okay, next one. So you're going to have to shift your butt out a little bit again. Okay, so I'm out here. My feet are on the floor nice and flat. Okay, now just make sure that your chair is steady and it's not going to run away with you when you're doing these, all right? So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to leave my hand. We did this to begin with a little bit. We stooped right the way over, but all I'm going to do is I'm just kind of correcting the balance now. So I'm going to go over, so chest over, and just to here like we did before. Okay, on the first one we went right to the floor, didn't we? So we're just literally bending over, and at the same time I'm kind of loosening my shoulders off at the same time. So it's in and out. So we're nice and straight, and then we're bent over, but this stays straight, and then back again. Oh, I can feel the creaks. Little creaks everywhere. Now, obviously I'm twisting to look at you guys. Try and stay forward all the time when you're doing it. Okay, next one. So this is a little bit harder. So you want some butt on the seat, but don't sit too far back, because you won't be able to straighten your legs then if you do that. So legs forward. It doesn't really matter. You're not dancing. If you've got pointy toes or not for this one, where you can flex feet if you want to. That keeps you more solid. But I've got mine on the floor because I'm flexible enough in my legs to let that happen. If you're not, dig your heels down. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to come over, chest over, so like we did before, but we had bent legs before, and reach down to our toes. Now my legs feel quite flexible. They're not too bad. My hamstrings are tight, but my back won't let me fold in half, which would be nice. But it's still gentle enough to rock over. See what I'm doing, and then reaching. And straight on the up. So reach over and down. And then up. Okay, so you're going to do 12 of them as well. Alrighty. Okay, now. This one, I'll stay sideways on. What we're going to do is, everybody's going to have a different flexibility range, so it depends on your flexibility range. So don't worry if you can't get your leg right up, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this leg here, so just lift it up, bring it by the heel onto your knee. I've turned this out slightly if you want to, keep it in if you just want a bigger stretch. So I'm just sitting like this, and I'm sitting nice and upright, but even that just being there, I'm stretching right down the sides here, yeah? So side ass, we call it in pole. Okay, so you'll feel it right in, it's right in at your hips there, so right the way around there. Okay, you might not be able to get it there. Don't worry if you can't, just literally wherever you get to and sit nice and tall. And literally, I'm sitting here and I'm going to say that word twice. If you can't get it right the way up, you're just going to push it down very gently, wherever it is, push it down gently. So if you can, if you've let it just sat there, you can literally, stop saying literally, put your knee down like this. Okay, so, and we're going to swap. Don't say the L word. Okay, I can feel that in that hip. Oh, that's tight. So it's there, and it already feels like it's stretching without me doing it. So that side's super, super tight. Now, it's really important to stretch, and I know not many people do. You will feel some parts of your body tighter than the other. That tells you that there's an imbalance somewhere. You've worked your muscles harder in some way, or something is not balanced right. So get the stretching in there, that'll really help you. So that, even without me touching it, felt like it was tight, so it needed to be stretched. So I've obviously done too much work on the other side probably as well. So you will do that. You'll compensate. And then the balance will just get thrown out all the time. So try and even your body out whichever way you do. Again, you're going to do 12 on each side of that. Okay, so this is a little bit harder now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put my hands behind me to the chair. I'm going to ease myself out. So you don't go crazy with it. Just go a little bit. So I'll edge my butt. So that's to the edge of the chair. My hands are here and they're nice safe. Again, remember you don't want your chair moving. And you go and put my feet down to the floor, flat. And then I'm going to lift myself up. And then just drop it again. I nearly said the L word. Ah! So there. And forward. Push your hips up. And your hands, your arms will hopefully do some work for you and carry you. If they don't, really don't worry about it. Just literally lift a tiny bit. Lift a tiny bit. Because what you'll do is you'll feel it in your triceps anywhere. And especially women, you don't want to wobble when you wave, okay? So that's really good anyway. So back, lift, and then up, and then sitting back again. Okay, so now we're going to do little side bends. I'm turning the chair around for this one so you can see me a bit. I am sat quite comfortable, so my feet are flat on the floor for this one, and my hips are just in line with my shoulders, yeah? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the side of the chair and stop saying the L word. I am going to go over the top and I'm trying to stay central. So down and then over the top. Now I am super stiff today. Now the good thing about doing this on a chair instead of standing up is when I'm standing up, I use my butt and my legs to do the twisting. I'm not really twisting from here, which is what I want to do. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep this, that side, yeah? And then it stays in the middle, so that's my aim. So this, keep it that side. I am super stiff. And that feels like it's loosening up already. Sometimes you might feel like you want to do more than 12. Go for it. All right, so taking it down a little bit now. So we're in the same position though. I'm going to come up kind of like an aeroplane. And what I want to do is I want to go to the opposite side. So see how my hips are twisting? They're doing the work, yeah? So there you go. Airplane. Now I'm going to twist and then I'm going to reach down and look up at the same time at that top hand and then come back to where I started. Yeah? So I'm going to down, look up at that top hand and come back to where I started. So here is staying super locked in. Yeah, so you were using all your core. So out, twist, that wall's in my way, make sure you find a space. So I'm twisting a bit uncomfortably there. Over, look up and back. Now that doesn't feel so bad on that side for me, but this side, oh, that feels like a long way up. It's like I try to use my legs to help me there on that side. So before on that side, my leg was stiff and I'm stiff on that shoulder. So there's an imbalance there straight away and we have to move our bodies and get the balance right, just like with everything else as well. So remember that great one we did earlier for your back? I always do 2 lots of these because I love them. So near the end, this is what we do. So I'm going to go right the way over and pull. It just, especially after I've done that twist, it kind of unwinds it. And again, on the other side, I do like to finish off on them. All right, so literally come to the end. I've said the word literally, but I'm loud because it's the end. We're going to be stretching our legs out a little bit and keeping our core in trim as well. So up we go, using the chair. So I'm going to just slide this leg forward, okay, and this leg back. Okay, let me move my chair so you can see me. So you want as lots of space, as much space as you can. Okay, so I've got that leg straight as you can, guys. I am not in a good space, am I? That's better, yeah? So I've got this leg forward and that leg back, okay? Now, arms up, so I feel quite straight and I feel all right. I feel like I'm in an all right position there. It's not too bad. Don't feel too stiff, all right? So from that position, I'm going to bend down and back up again. So bend down and back up again. And I'm going to do 12 of them, yeah? And then we're going to aeroplane it as well. So I'm going to twist around in my aeroplane. This is a half an aeroplane here because there's a wall in my way. Yep. Okay. Now, I'm going to slip this hand down my thigh and the other hand is going to lift up over my head. So, pushing on my toe to do this. So I've turned my toe over because I'm pushing down on my thigh, and then this hand here is going to just reach up as far as you can. So down, body straight still, and reach up. Now, super stiff I am, super stiff, but that is stretching me. Absolutely wonderful. Now don't forget you need to do it on the other side, yeah? So you're just turning around, yeah? And doing the opposite side, yeah? So now we're in the exact same space as before, and we are going up and down like we did before. Remember, keep that torso nice and solid so you're working it. Then you've got your aeroplanes, you've got your twists, and then again, 12 on each side, and then again, turn your toes over for this last one so that you can run your hand down your thigh and then up. Oh, do you see that side? It is in trouble. It's in trouble this week. So, there you have it, guys. That is a super, a nice core and relief of back strain. And if you do that stretch every other day, it becomes addictive. You'd want to do it almost every day if you could. Now, another fantastic addiction, a good addiction to have, and I'll just move the camera slightly. If my back is sore, which it is quite often, like I mentioned earlier, I've got curvature of the spine. So it gives me trouble from time to time, and surprisingly so, because I do keep myself fit, it still does, so I have to do something to do it. And what I do is I stretch here, because that takes the pressure off there. It's crazy how the body works, so you're getting a balance from one to the other. In my job, I do a lot of back and shoulders, so the chest gets left out of it. So we have to incorporate chest, and we do a lot. We've got the machines in the studio to do the chest as well. You can do press-ups and things like that. You can do lots at home, but it does get left out more. So this is a fantastic, if you've got a sore back, think about the opposite muscles. So I'm just turning the camera around because this is the door frame that I use. And all I'm doing is I'm pushing against this frame, okay? Now, if the door's open, it's even better because you can walk through it. As in walk through and leave your arms behind. So what I try and do is I keep my elbows in line with my chest. Now, if you're not flexible, leave your hands not on the frames and just walk through and then come back again and then bring it up a little bit and walk through and bring it back again and then up and bring it back again. And then if you feel like you want to, just as low as you can, and then your hands on, push and back again, up. Keep your head forward and up, and you just literally, oh, that word. Why do you find out when you're doing videos that you just say something more than ever? Like, feels like back magic. So if you're stiff, if you've got a sore back, I swear by that. It's a door frame. How easy is it to do? So thanks for watching. click on the link to the Patreon and you can watch it again and again and again. This is free. There's lots of breathwork videos on there for free. I always put lots of free things on there so you can have a little look and hopefully make you feel good too.